Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're going way beyond the bank balance to really figure out what it means to be truly wealthy. We're going to take apart our old ideas about what rich means and build something much stronger, something more meaningful. Let's dive right in.
Come on, we've all had this thought, haven't we? You know, the whole lottery winner fantasy. That idea that a giant pile of cash is basically a magic wand that can make every single problem just vanish. It's a super tempting thought, but as we're about to find out, the real story is a whole lot more interesting than that.
And this right here gets to the absolute heart of it. It's all about the difference between a comfortable life and a complete one. Look, money is fantastic at making things comfortable. A cozy home, great food, you name it. But that feeling of being whole, of being complete, yeah, that comes from somewhere way deeper.
Okay, so first things first, let's have a little reality check. In this section, we're going to explore the real limits of money. We'll look at what it can give you, but more importantly, we'll talk about the things it simply can't touch.
Just look at the contrast here. It's pretty stark, right? On one side, you've got all the external stuff money can easily get you. The big house, the shiny new car. But then you look at the other side. That's the internal stuff. Genuine peace of mind, real happiness, that deep down self-respect. You just can't add those things to a shopping cart. Wow, this quote just says it all, doesn't it? You can be surrounded by the most beautiful, expensive things in the world, but none of it means anything if you feel empty and alone on the inside. Loneliness, that's a heart thing, not a wallet thing.
Let's really stop and think about this for a second. Just imagine you hit your biggest goal. You're standing on top of the world, but you're all alone. Who do you call? Who's going to share that joy with you and be genuinely excited for you and not just for your bank account?
And that is such a critical distinction. Sure, wealth can attract a crowd, it can fill a room, but those connections are so often built on sand. Real, lasting relationships. You know, the people who have your back when things get tough, they're built on trust and respect, and you just can't buy that stuff.
So if money isn't the whole picture, then what is? What are the other pieces of this puzzle? Well, in this next part, we're going to uncover the real treasures, the actual pillars of a genuinely rich life. Here they are, and I want you to think of these as your life portfolio. Seriously, these 5 things are the core assets that hold up a truly amazing life. If you're not investing in every single one of them, it doesn't matter how much money you have, the whole structure is going to feel pretty shaky. Let's take a closer look at each one.
We've got to start with health, because this quote just nails it. What good is a fortune if you're too sick or stressed out of your mind to enjoy it? Health is the #1 asset in our portfolio, because without it, everything else just kind of loses its value. A peaceful night's sleep, that's a form of wealth that's absolutely priceless.
All right, next up in our portfolio is time. And think about this. You can always make more money, but you can never ever get back a single second that you've lost. That makes time our most precious, non-renewable resource. It's the one currency we all spend at the exact same rate, whether we're rich or poor. How we choose to spend it really defines everything.
And this brings us to the things that actually last. I mean, markets crash, fortunes disappear overnight. We've all seen it happen. But your character, who you are at your core, your kindness, your integrity, that is the one asset that stays with you no matter what. It's the bedrock of your entire life portfolio.
And finally, we have purpose. You ever notice how people who have a mission just seem to have this incredible energy? That's because purpose is the engine of a meaningful life. Money can be the fuel in the tank, for sure, but without a destination, you're just driving around in circles.
So how do we pull all of these pieces together? In our final section, we're going to redefine what success really looks like. We're going to talk about the art of balance and create a much more powerful and sustainable way to think about living a rich life.
Now, let me be crystal clear here. This is not an anti-money message. Not at all. Money is important. It gives us security, it creates opportunities, it provides comfort. The whole key is to see money for what it really is, a powerful tool to help you build a great life, not to be the great life itself.
So here's a simple roadmap to get there. The real victory is in the balance. It all starts with step 1, taking care of your health. From that strong foundation, you move to step 2, investing in your relationships. Then step 3, always growing and living by your values. That naturally leads you to step 4, finding your inner peace. And finally, step 5 is where you use money as a tool to support all of those other things. It's a cycle that just keeps reinforcing itself.
This might be the most powerful truth we've talked about today. When you listen to people looking back on their lives, their regrets are almost never about stuff. They don't wish they bought a bigger car. They wish they'd spent more time with people they loved. They wish they'd taken more chances. They regret not squeezing every drop out of the life they were given.
So I'm going to leave you with this one question to really think about. When it's all said and done, what's going to matter more to you than what's on your bank statement? Taking the time to answer that right now, well, that just might be the best investment you ever make. Thanks so much for joining me.